Hola mis amigos, me llamo Cassidy, and I'm doing an internet audio Spanish lesson. First, let me just say why I'm here, because everything is just cool this way. So, yeah, we just got my microphone to work, so I'm all happy right now. The other day on the internet, I was brushing up on my French. You know, it's the really sad, kind of basic, like, bonjour. Je suis Delphine. You know, that really kind of sad little elementary grade school kind of Spanish. And there was this user on the internet. I cannot remember what her name was, but she was simply fantastic. She taught French on the internet, and I swear I learned so much from her. I think I'm going to improve on her lesson planning just a bit and do a review at the beginning of each audio lesson. And but this is not a lesson, by the way, guys. This is just an introductory thing to show that I actually seriously know what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna like make you talk to some Spanish dude and they'll be like, oh, who taught Spanish to that gringo, you know. I'm not gonna do that to you guys. So let me just say a couple of things about myself. My grandpa is a Mexican. I am half Mexican Native American, so my grandpa rambles on in Spanish all the time. We call him abuelo. Okay, there's a reason for that. This year I am taking the Realidades course, and this is the second time I've taken this basic course. And the Realidades Book 1 series just basically nails down all the basics in Spanish, like the greetings, the time, the weather, and all that other fun stuff. So I'm taking it again because I took it last year, and I'm hoping to really honestly nail my basics down this year. And I'm also hoping to teach you guys. I want to teach whatever Dr. Cat teaches me to teach you. And by the way, Dr. Cat is my Spanish teacher, just in case any of you guys are wondering. Let's see. Probably by now you're like, great, I'm turning this off, stupid Spanish lesson. Don't do that, because really, honestly, here's some really awesome, good reasons why you should take Spanish. One, Spanish is a gorgeous language, or at least in my opinion, it really is beautiful. And two, Spanish is spoken almost everywhere. The lower United States has almost like 50% Spanish-speaking people. You know, Texas, some of Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico. Okay, they don't call it New Mexico for like no reason. And you know, Mexico's right below us, as is South America. Those are like great Spanish-speaking countries. Spain is just across the ocean over that direction, you know. So, you know, the other day, I was on DeviantArt, which is an art site for you guys who don't know, and I saw this gorgeous picture of a chick version of Heath Ledger as the Joker, right? She was beautiful. But I scroll down to look at the comments, and the comments are in Spanish. Thankfully, because I took Spanish last year, I could slowly read through it and understand some of it, you know. Some of the words and phrases were just like whoop over my head, right? But other ones, you know, like this phrase, es el interpretado por Heath Ledger. You know, Heath Ledger is a name, right? So you automatically think Heath Ledger. Interpretado, we automatically can ding as interpretation, and es means is. So she said it's a perfect interpretation of Heath Ledger, right? And so I replied, and this totally dumbfounded me. I was so happy. I replied, es muy bueno, es perfecto interpretado por Heath Ledger, muy bien. And she responded, muchas gracias, because she actually understood me, which was totally bewildering on my part. I was like, yes, I know Spanish. But that's just like one example of the many ways other languages can be used across the continent or internet or whatever. I think probably the three most basic languages that most people should try to learn is French, Spanish, and Japanese, because there are so many people that know those languages. So yeah, that's pretty much what I used Spanish for the other day. Like I said, this year I'm taking the Realidades course, and that course is just extremely visual. There are a lot of dorky pictures in the book, you know, dorky pictures of the guy standing out in the rain or whatever. But it is honestly very visual, and there are worksheets and stuff, and so I hope that I can take my worksheets home out of the workbook and scan it into my computer and hopefully put it up on DeviantArt for you guys and give you guys a link, you know, and then you can right click on the picture and say file, save as, you know, and then print out the worksheet or do the worksheet on your computer, you know, fill in the blanks or whatever, and send it to me via email or via YouTube. And quizzes, you can do the same thing. I'll put up the quiz questions on YouTube, a YouTube video, and then you guys can send a note, or it's not called a note on YouTube, email through YouTube with your test answers on it, and I can grade it for you guys. You know, so I hope this is going to work, because this is going to be great. So I hope to make this kind of visual so you guys aren't just like staring at like a totally blank blue screen or black screen the whole time listening to me ramble on like this. So I'm going to put in the pronunciations and how the words look or whatever on the screen so you guys aren't totally just like, will she shut up? So, let's see. More on the 3 different languages. Like I said, it's Spanish, Japanese, and French. I mean, if you look at some of the words in our language, like we use Spanish words all the time. I mean, I know all of you out there have to have gone to Taco Bell at least once. Okay, burrito, churro, toquito. Okay, those are all Spanish words. Alright, we use them every single day. Or French words, let's think about that. Souvenir, that's French. Eclair, you know, in all those cheesy French movies you hear, oh la la, coming from the chicks, right? You know, that's French. You know, I mean, and all of the languages, the words are similar, you know? Like, let's take the English word soup, for example. You know, soup is in like the food, the broth, and you slurp it, right? In French, that word is soup, literally. You add 1 letter on the end, and it goes from soup to soup. There's no difference whatsoever except for the E with a little chick over the top. Or in Spanish, it's sopa. So, I mean, most of the words in Spanish you could probably already guess, you know? So you don't even have to hardly work at most of these words. But I think I'm going to shut up now because you guys are probably really bored. And I will be talking to you guys later with the first lesson, the alphabet or alfabeto. And maybe I'll get a worksheet up onto DeviantArt for you to look at, and there will be a quiz, an alphabet quiz that I might have to you write down. It'll be like I say a letter and then you write down what the letter is, right, and then put it in a note and send it to me so I can grade your work, guys. It's not like you're gonna fail or get a failing grade or something, because I can't do that because it's not a school. But and on an ending note, I like to, or Doctora Cad, like I said, was my Spanish teacher. She likes to start off class with a stimulus to get everybody going. So she comes into the class, Buenos dias, clase, and then we all reply, Buenos dias, Doctora Cad. And so she likes to get that stimulus going to get everybody ready for Spanish, right? So I think I'm going to do that with my videos. You know, start with an hola, clase, because I can't say buenos tardes, buenos noches, buenos dias, because I mean, somebody like halfway across the planet could be like, dude, it's not the morning, it's night, stupid. And I'll be like, oh, okay. So I'm just going to say hola, because that makes a lot of sense. And then I'll also end that way. So on an ending note, adios and hasta la vista.